Today we are going to learn tense, and everyone know that tense is very important in grammar because all other lessons in grammar depend upon tense. You should know the tense of the each sentence in other grammar lessons. So this topic is very important. So I am going to teach you this tense in detail today. What are their main kinds, their sub kinds, their structures, and some examples I am going to teach you. You have been learning tense since 5th standard, and everyone knew that there are main 3 kinds of tense. Which are they? Look, there are total main 3 kinds of tense. First one is present tense, second one is past tense, and third one is future tense. First, present tense, second, past tense, and third, future tense. Now, each tense has again 4 subkinds. Each tense has again 4 subkinds, which I have written on this blackboard. I have written the subkinds of present tense. What are the subkinds of present tense? First one is simple present tense. Second one is present continuous tense. Third one is present perfect tense. And fourth one is present perfect continuous tense. These are the 4 subkinds of present tense. Look, as like present tense, there are 4 subkinds of past tense. What are the subkinds of past tense? Simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. As like the past tense, the same subkinds of future tense. Simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. Now we are going to learn each subkinds in detail. So let's learn first present tense and its 4 subkinds. Now I am going to teach you first simple present tense. Look at the blackboard. First is simple present tense. Simple present tense. Where do we use this tense? Look, this simple tense is used to express routine and habitual action. Routine and habitual action. For example, I go to school every day. My father goes for the morning walk daily. These are the habitual action, routine action. So these actions are expressed by simple present. Second, this tense is used to express universal truth. What is the meaning of universal truth? Universal truth is such truth which cannot be changed in any time, in any way. It remains truth always. It cannot be changed, so it is universal truth. Now, third point is we use this tense to express general truth. I give an example of that universal truth. Look, the example of universal truth. Did I explain? General truth. The earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun. It is universal truth because it cannot be changed in any time. It remains forever same. So it is universal truth. Now we use this tense to express general truth. what is the meaning of general truth? General truth means such truth which are accepted by all of us. For example, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. It is accepted by everyone. The Taj Mahal is white. It is accepted by us. The sugar is sweet. It is acceptable truth. So, such truths are expressed by this simple present tense. Once again, I tell you, simple present tense is used to express routine and habitual action, to express universal truth and to express general truth. We learned where to use. Now, what is the structure of this simple present tense? What is the structure of this simple present tense? Look, we write this tense into this structure, yes plus V1 plus O. Sometimes there could be adverb or sometimes there will be complement also. Yes means subject, V1 means main verb, O means object, ADV means adverb and C means complement. But basic structure is yes plus V1 plus O. We don't take any auxiliary verb in this structure. Now some examples on this tense. I go to school regularly. I go to school regularly. Ram reads a novel. The earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun. Look, these are the examples of simple present tense. I go to school regularly. Ram reads a novel. The earth revolves around the sun. If you noticed at verbs, then look, in first sentence main verb is go without any suffix yes or es. But in second and third sentence main verb has been with yes suffixes. Look, what is the reason behind that yes suffix? There is one rule. If the subject is third person singular, means he, she, it, then the main verb always comes with yes or es suffix. Look, what is the rule? If in the simple present tense the subject would be third person singular, then the main verb comes with yes or es suffixes. Now there is another one rule, where to use yes or where to use es. Where to use yes or where to use es suffixes. There is also one rule. Look, what is that rule? If main verb is ended with ch, sh, o, x or z, then such main verb ends with es suffix. Look again, which letters are there? If the main verb in simple present tense ends with ch, sh, o, x or z, then such main verb ends with es suffix, otherwise we just add es suffix. Look, some example. Catch, catches. Push, pushes. Here sh is there, so es is added. Ch is there, so es is added. Go, goes. O is there, so es is added. In this way, If the main verb is ended with these letters, then we should add es to those main verbs. Okay, it is simple examples. Now I am going to teach you next sub kind of present tense, that is present continuous tense. Look, present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. This tense is used to express such action which is going on at the time of speaking in present. Look what I am telling. This tense is used to express such action which is going on at the time of speaking in the present. So it is present continuous tense. Look, what are we doing now? I am teaching to you. You are listening to me, and it is going on process. It is continuous process occurred in present. So these are the examples of present continuous tense. We are now speaking with each other. I am teaching to you. You are listening to me. And this is continuous action in present, so it is present continuous tense. Now, what is the structure of this present continuous tense? Pay attention at the blackboard. Yes plus a or is or are plus v1 plus ing plus o. It is the structure of present continuous tense. Yes plus a is r plus v1 plus ing plus o. Now look, which auxiliary verb should be used after proper subject? If subject would be I, then take am. If subject would be singular, then take is. If subject would be plural, then take are. It is the basic rule. If subject is are, then take am. If subject is singular, then take is. If subject is plural, then take are. Now look some examples of this present continuous tense examples. I am working on my project. I am working on my project. It is present continuous because main verb is with ing. I am working on my project. It is present continuous tense because this example is in the form of this structure. So it is present continuous. Now look, another two examples of this present continuous tense. Second example, we are enjoying the holidays. We are enjoying the holidays. Third example, my father is instructing me. My father is instructing me about the coronavirus. Look, this is the biggest problem nowadays. So I have taken this example. My father is instructing me about the coronavirus. Look, such kind of examples are of present continuous tense. If you put the sentence in this structure, then that example will be present continuous tense. Okay. Now, third kind of present tense that is present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Look, where do we use this tense? This tense is used to express such action which has been just completed at the time of speaking in present. When did we learn present continuous? When did we learn present continuous? We have just learnt present continuous, and that action has been just completed. So that example is of present perfect tense. Action completed in present. The action which is completed in present, that action is expressed by present perfect tense. Completed action in present. Okay. Now what is the structure of present perfect tense? Look. Yes plus have or has plus V3 plus 1. It is the structure of present perfect tense. Have or has plus V3 plus 1. V3 means past participle of verb. You should know that in each perfect tense we use past participle of verb. Now there are auxiliary verbs. Look, which auxiliary verb should be used after proper subject. There is again one rule as like simple present tense. If subject would be third person singular, then we use has. If the subject would be third person singular, then we use has. Otherwise we take just have. He, she, it has. You should know. Now some examples on present perfect tense. I have just completed my project. I have just completed my project. It is example of present perfect tense. Raj has given me a nice gift. Raj has given me a nice gift. It is present perfect tense. The Raj is there, so I have taken has because it is third person singular. Now another one example. Boys have participated. Boys have participated in the sports. Boys have participated in the sports. Have plus with, has plus with. Look, these examples are of present perfect tense. I have just completed my project. Raj has given me a nice gift. Boys have participated in the sports. Completed action in present. Completed action in present is expressed by present perfect tense. Now look, we learned simple present tense, present continuous tense and present perfect tense. Now last tense of present is present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Now I am going to teach you present perfect continuous tense. Look at the blackboard. Present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Look, where do we use this tense? If an action has started at a particular time in present, and if the same action is still going on till at the time of speaking, then such action is expressed by present perfect continuous tense. For example, if you have started your study at 10 o'clock in the morning today and you are still studying, then this action is an example of present perfect continuous tense. You can say, we have been studying since 10 o'clock. In this tense, half action is completed and half action is going on. Perfect continuous tense. So, look what is the structure of present perfect continuous tense. Just we should know that this action starts at a particular time in present and the same action goes on till the time of speaking. Now, I am writing the structure of present perfect continuous tense. Yes plus have or has plus be plus v1 plus ing plus yes plus have or has plus b plus ing plus v. It is the structure of present perfect continuous tense. If you notice at this structure, then this been denotes complete sense and ing denotes continuous tense. So, perfect continuous tense. Half action is completed and half action is going on. Now, examples. First example. We have been searching our exam numbers. Exam numbers since 1 hour. We have been searching our exam numbers since 1 hour. This sentence is in this structure, so it is example of present perfect continuous tense. Now, my grandpa has been walking since morning. My grandpa has been walking since morning. Half walking has been completed and half walking is going on. It is perfect continuous tense. Why have I taken has here? Because my grandpa, it is third person singular. So I have taken has. You should know when to use has and when to use have. I have told you, okay. Now this present perfect continuous tense has been completed. Look, in this part we learned 4 sub-kinds of present tense. First one is simple present, second one is present continuous, third one is present perfect, and fourth one is present perfect continuous tense. What are the structures? The structure of simple present tense, yes plus v1 plus o. The structure of present continuous, yes plus m is r plus v1 plus ing plus o. The structure of present perfect, yes plus have or has plus v3 plus o. And the structure of present perfect continuous tense is yes plus have or has plus been plus v1 plus ing plus o. You should know these structures. Now I am going to teach you the second main kind of tense, that is past tense. Okay, we have just learned present tense and its four subkinds. Now I am going to teach you second main kind of tense, that is past tense and its four subkinds. Pay attention at that book. Second, past tense. Second, past tense. What are the four subkinds of past tense? First one is simple past tense. Simple past tense. Look, where do we use this tense? Where do we use this tense? This tense is used to express such action which has been completed in the past. It means completed action in the past is expressed by this tense, simple past tense. Now, what is the structure of simple past tense? Look, S plus V2 plus 2. V2 means past form of the verb. V2 means past form of the verb. Look, in simple present tense, we take V1, present form, and in simple past tense, we take V2, past form of the verb. Now, some examples of this simple past tense. Keep this structure in your mind. S plus V2 plus O is the structure of simple past tense. Now, some examples on this kind. We search the book everywhere. We searched the book everywhere. Look, S plus V2 plus 2. We searched the book everywhere. This example is in this structure. Now, you gave me a nice gift. You gave me a nice gift. You gave is past form of the verb. Again, all villagers opposed this scheme. All villagers opposed this scheme. All villagers is yes. Opposed V2 and this lecture is this scheme is O. Yes, V2 and O in the form of this structure. All these sentences are in this structure. Okay, it is simple past tense. Now, the second sub kind of past tense. Second sub kind of past tense, that is past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. Look at the blackboard. Past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. Look, where do we use this tense? This tense is used to express such action which was going on at the time of speaking in the past. Suppose that yesterday you were working on your project at this time, then that action is the example of present continuous tense. Is the example of present continuous tense. Just the action going on in the past is expressed by past continuous tense. Present continuous tense, action which is going on in the present. Past continuous tense, action which is going on in the past. It is the difference between present continuous and past continuous. And what is the structure of past continuous? Yes plus was plus where plus V1 plus ing plus O. Yes plus was or where plus V1 plus ing plus O. Look, in present continuous tense we take am is are, and in past tense we take was and where, as they are the auxiliaries of past tense. If the subject is singular, then we take was. If the subject is plural, then we take where. Look, singular, then was. Plural, then where. Okay, you should know, it is very basic concept. Some students don't know when to use was and when to where. If subject is singular, take was. If subject is plural, take where. Now some examples. First example. All farmers were waiting of rain. Waiting of rain. All farmers were waiting of rain. All farmers, it is plural, so were. Wait plus ing, that is continuous tense. Second example. Shyam was painting a nice picture. A nice picture. Shyam is singular, so was has been taken. Shyam was painting a nice picture. In this way, if you put the sentence in this structure, then that is example of past continuous tense. Now, third kind of past tense, that is past perfect tense. Let's learn past perfect tense. See, third kind, past perfect tense. Past perfect tense. Look, where do we use this past perfect tense? If an action has been completed in the past at the time of speaking, then we use this past perfect tense. This tense is used to express such action which has been completed at the time of speaking in the past. Suppose that if you have completed your project yesterday, then that would be completed action in the past. That would be completed action in the past. Such actions are expressed by this past perfect tense. What is the structure? Yes plus, had plus, V3 plus O. Yes plus, had plus, V3 plus O. We have learned present perfect. Present perfect means completed action in present, and past perfect means completed action in past. This is the difference. Completed action in present and completed action in the past. Now look examples of this past perfect tense. Past perfect tense. You have promised me. You have promised me to join the group. To join the group. You had promised me to join the group, had plus with. Now next example. Boys had helped us in our project. Boys had helped us in our project, had plus with. Now another one example. I had supported to their scheme. I had supported to their scheme. Had plus with. If you put your sentence in this structure, in that is past perfect tense. Look, yes plus, had plus, V3 plus O is the structure, and these are the examples of past perfect tense. Completed action in the past. Now last is past perfect continuous tense. Last is past perfect continuous tense. That is last one. Past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. Where do we use this tense? As like present perfect continuous tense, we use this tense to express such action which starts at a particular time in past, and the same action was going on till the time of speaking. So that action is expressed by past perfect continuous tense. If an action had been started at a particular time in past, and the same action was going on till the time of speaking, in such action is expressed by past perfect continuous tense. In such actions, in such tense, half action had been completed and half action was going on. One example, suppose that if we have started for writing your paper at 11 o'clock yesterday and you were still writing till 2 o'clock, then that example, that action is example of past perfect continuous tense. You can say we had been writing our paper since 11 o'clock. In this way, you can express this action. So, what is the structure of this tense? Look, yes plus, had plus, been plus, V3 plus O. Yes plus, had plus, been plus, V3 plus O. It is the structure of, just 1 minute, one word has been left. Yes plus, had plus, been plus, just 1 minute. V1 plus ing plus 2. Yes plus, had plus, been plus, V1 plus ing plus 2. What was the structure of present perfect continuous tense? Yes plus, have or has, plus been plus V1 plus ing plus 2. Just auxiliary verbs have been replaced. Instead, have or has we have taken had. Now some examples of this past perfect continuous tense. Some policemen had been inspecting that area since 2 days. Since 2 days. Some policemen had been inspecting that area since 2 days. All students had been learning the French language. All students had been learning the French language since 1 year. Since 1 year. All students have been learning the French language since 1 year. Look, these two examples are in the form of this structure, so it is past perfect continuous tense. Had been inspecting. Been indicates perfect tense and this inspecting indicates continuous tense. These are the examples of past perfect continuous tense. Now pay attention here. In this part we have learned 4 sub-kinds of past tense. First one is simple past. Its structure yes plus V2 plus O. Second, past continuous tense. Yes plus was or were plus V1 plus ing plus O. Third, past perfect tense. Yes plus had plus V3 plus O. And fourth, past perfect continuous tense which we just learned, and its structure is yes plus had plus been plus V1 plus ing plus O. In this way we have learned 4 sub-kinds of present tense and 4 sub-kinds of past tense. Now the last tense has been left, that is future tense. Now we are going to learn the future tense and its 4 sub-kinds. अजून मग 8 मिनिटे. Friends, we have just learned past tense and its sub-kinds. Now we are going to learn third and last kind of tense, that is future tense. First sub-kind, simple future tense. Simple future tense. Where do we use this tense? You know, future tense. The actions in future are expressed by future tense. This simple future tense is used for such action which has not been occurred but it is going to occur in the future. The actions which are going to occur in the future, such actions are expressed by simple future tense. Look, structure. Yes plus will or shall plus be word plus it is the structure of simple future tense. If you have noticed the structure of simple present and simple past, then in simple present and simple past we don't use auxiliary verbs, but in simple future we use will or shall as auxiliary verbs. It is a big difference between simple present, simple past and simple future. We have to take will or shall as the auxiliary verbs in the simple future tense. Now look some examples of simple future tense. First example, Aisha go to Mumbai tomorrow. Aisha go to Mumbai tomorrow. We shall protect. We shall protect our earth. We shall protect our earth. Look, these actions are examples of simple future tense. Now third one. Our class teacher will declare a holiday. Our class teacher will declare a holiday. These examples are of simple future tense. These all examples are in the form of this structure and indicates future action, so it is simple future tense. Now next sub kinds of future tense, that is future continuous tense. Let's learn future continuous. Look at the blackboard. Future continuous tense. Future continuous tense. Look, where do we use this tense? We use this tense to express such action which will be going on at the time of speaking in the future. Suppose that if you shall be completing your project tomorrow at this time, then that action will be the example of future continuous tense. This action is used to express such action which would be going on at the time of speaking in the future. Look, the structure of future continuous tense. Just the action which would be going on in the future. Yes plus we or shall plus be plus v1 plus ing plus o. It is the structure. Yes plus will or shall plus be plus v1 plus ing plus o. It is the structure of future continuous tense. After auxiliary verbs, we need to take be. It's one extra which is not in present continuous and past continuous. We have to take auxiliary verb be after shall and will. Now look some examples of future continuous tense. All villagers will be celebrating the Diwali together. All villagers will be celebrating the Diwali together. Will be celebrated. Look, this auxiliary and this continuous one. Now next, you will be listening my instructions. You will be listening my instructions. Will be listening. From this part, it is future continuous tense. Now next, I shall be preparing. I shall be preparing for my exam. I shall be preparing for my exam. These examples are a future continuous. If you put any sentence in this structure, then that would be the example of future continuous tense. Now, third kind of tense, that is future perfect tense. That is future perfect tense. Let's learn future perfect tense. Okay, look here. Where do we use this tense? Where do we use this tense? If an action would be completed at the time of speaking in the future, then such action is expressed by future perfect tense. The completed action in future. The completed action in future is expressed by future perfect tense. Now look, example. Yes plus will or shall. Look structure. Have plus V3 plus 2. It is the structure of future perfect tense. Yes plus will or shall plus have plus V3 plus 2. V3 means past participle of verb. Now, examples. Some officers will have finished some officers will have finished their task in time. Some officers will have finished their task in time. Now, second example. All people will have gathered at that place. All people will have gathered at that place. Look, these two examples are of future perfect tense because the completed action in future is expressed by this tense. Now, last tense has been left, that is future perfect continuous tense. Let's learn last subtype of future tense, that is future perfect continuous tense. Look at the blackboard. Future perfect continuous. Look, where do we use this tense? Where do we use this tense? This tense is used to express such action which starts at a particular time in the future, and the same action would be going on till the time of speaking. For such action we use future perfect continuous tense. Look, this tense is used to express such action which would start at the particular time in the future, and the same action would be going on till at the time of speaking. For such action we use future perfect continuous tense. It means the half action would be completed and the half action would be going on. Now, what is the structure of future perfect continuous? Pay attention. Look at the structure. Yes plus will or shall plus have plus been plus V1 plus ing plus 4. Yes plus will or shall plus have plus been plus V1 plus ing plus O. This is the structure of future perfect continuous tense. As I have told you in present perfect and past perfect continuous tense, been denotes perfect tense and ing denotes continuous tense. Now look structure, examples. Some workers will have been, working in the factory. Some boys will have been caring the plants in the garden. Look, these two examples are of future perfect continuous. So workers will have been working in the factory and some boys will have been caring the plants in the garden. These examples are in the structure, so it is future perfect continuous tense. Look, we learned the sub-kinds of future tense: simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. In this lecture, we have learned all main three kinds and their sub-kinds with structures, with information and with examples. Now, you have to write all structures at one place and you have to recite all structures hardly. If you recited all structures, then this topic is very easy. You must know each structure of each tense. Okay? In next lecture, I would give you some examples to convert into other tenses. Or students, we have just learned the topic tense in detail. I have taught you the three main kinds of tense and its sub-kinds with structures, examples. If you have any doubt regarding the tense, regarding any concept in the tense, then you can call me or you can send your queries in the inbox. If you have any problem, then you can ask me, you can send your queries or your problems in inbox, or you can call me directly.